Hello, welcome. Let me see where I'm centered. So today I'm on here a little bit late, obviously, and I have no idea if my head is chopped off, so hang on. Time out. Pause. Wait for stream to catch up. Oh yeah, I am kind of chopping off my head, aren't I? Okay. I forget how tall I am. So, update on everything. So, you can't see behind you right now, but the place is fully a mess. Over the weekend, I decided to start the process of tearing down and moving everything to that side of the garage because we finally finished flooring and everything, and I can take down the little work area that we had set up. So the garage is currently a mess, and I want to basically clean off the table of all this stuff, clean everything out from underneath it, and move it over to somewhere else. There's not a whole lot of space over here. Because what I want to do is tip this table upside down or on its side so that way I can put these chunky caster wheels on it so that way I can move the table around a lot easier. And I do have, let's see, I have 6 legs, and 3 of them or 2 of them, I haven't decided yet, will have locks on them, so it won't just be like wiggling around. But for today's stream, since everything's kind of all over the place, I thought I would move everything. I don't know. I could make something, but I'm kind of like, the workspace is not functional right now, so I might as well just tidy up on stream and chat. So we'll do a talking sort of whatever stream. I don't even know where to set you up. So sorry if this is janky. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, and then the other thing is, so I'm filming a kind of like vlog as I do this whole process. But something changed in that when I took up the laminate flooring that I had down, I had laid down a moisture barrier that's supposed to kind of keep the moisture from getting into and making the, getting into the laminate flooring and making it all mildewy and nasty. Unfortunately, it's like the moisture came up through the concrete and made mildew between the moisture barrier and the concrete. So things that I googled online said, oh, you don't have to seal your concrete before you put laminate down, just use the moisture barrier. And then some things said you do need to seal it. So I was like, I don't really want to be bothered with all that sealing. So I'm just going to scrap the whole idea of using our old laminate flooring because it was just, we had it, so I thought I'd use it. But if it's going to be a headache and more of a process, I don't want to deal with that right now. So we'll probably find another home for it. It's old, but it's still in decent shape. I was, again, just going to use it out here as kind of like junk flooring because I don't care if it gets fucked up out here. But if somebody else can use it, we'll like take it to a restore place or see if we can pawn it off on someone on one of the, online shops, like Facebook shop or whatever the hell they are. So instead of doing the laminate flooring, I'm gonna do just a washable rug, so like a ruggable, and do that because I think it'll be homey enough. I don't like standing on concrete, and I could do like a bunch of these foam squares. That would probably be good enough, but I want it to look a little bit cozier than that because I feel like that's very workshoppy, which is fine. And I'll probably use those, but I'm probably going to put them underneath a ruggable rug, and I can easily, you know, pick up and move the rug if moisture comes up and we get like mildew again, which hopefully we won't. Which was kind of frustrating, but it smells a lot better out here. I did like vinegar, water, and baking soda and scrubbed it twice, and I might do it again just to like make sure everything's cleaned up. But there's like oil stains and stuff on the ground in here from obviously the previous people parked their cars in here. But I like using it as a workspace instead of just housing my car, so that's the update there. Friday stream, I'm probably going to have to keep that up in the air. I wasn't planning on dismantling the garage quite as much as I did over the weekend, so my intent last week was to just continue on doing streams, but if I take everything off the table today and hopefully get to the casters this week, hopefully I can get my work table back up, because if not, I might have to skip Friday's stream or do something different. But I'm excited because once I get the table more mobile, I'm going to set it up over here, and then this will be my backdrop, so you'll get a better view of the furnace and water heater. How exciting. But that I can cover up a little bit easier, hopefully. I don't know. It'll be better for me, and I think workspace this way, pathway this way, shit pile over here, like my scaffolding. I can show you a little bit. I have scaffolding filled up with art supplies. Easel, which will probably go in that back corner. So yeah, lots and lots of things to try to figure out where they're gonna go and decide what to keep and what to get rid of, because I have too much stuff. But for now, we need to figure out where we're gonna stash all this stuff, and that I don't know. So I guess what I can do is, it's just all of these things are partial projects, and I'm like, I don't want to destroy them by just throwing them around the garage. One of the things I really want to do is kind of get better storage, so that way when I'm not working on something, I have a place to put it. Then I have my leaves from Inktober. I've been grabbing leaves from my yard and just turning them into little illustrations every day. I'm just moving things from one spot to another. And I also had a chair out here, which I don't know if I'm going to keep. I might get rid of that because I haven't used it. It mostly just turned into another spot to put shit, so I might have to get rid of that. Problem is, I have some things over here that are delicate, and I really don't want them to break. I should go through some of these things and throw them out because I probably don't need them. And I probably don't need these leaves, but I just wanted to keep them until the end of Sketchtember, so I kind of have like my accumulation of all the leaves that I drew. But after that, I'll toss them. Oh, and I posted a new video today. I went live this morning, but you can find it either through my, I think I have a link on my Twitch, but through my link tree, there's a link to my YouTube channel, or you can just go straight to YouTube and search for me. I think if you search Kerminator, the Kerminator 1899 or something like that, or just the Kerminator, I should come up. But I wanted to test out basically rating, though it didn't really turn out quite like rating the comments on the r/nutrition subreddit. I thought it would be fun. It seemed like there's a lot of, maybe I'm like slow on the trend, but it seemed like there were quite a few people doing like subreddit videos, so I'm like, I wanna give it a go. See if it's entertaining, though. I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know how entertaining I am. I crack myself up, but not everybody's gonna find me funny, and that's okay. I don't even remember what's in this. What are you? It might be books, actually. Let's see. Just bring it back. Oh, not books. It is my spray adhesives and fixatives and stuff. Alright, well I guess that makes sense. It's a metal container. I don't know what to do with this. I believe it was for it's in Spanish, I think, all these like little labels. But I think it was for like tiles. Like there were tile samples in here. And so like a salesman would bring these to like show their samples. And I don't remember where I got it. I may have gotten it from my old boss. Like he's like, oh, you could use this. Like I guess the thought was like I could remove this cross piece maybe and put paintings in it to like take with me and keep them protected. I don't know. I'm kind of at that point in my life where I have all these things, I've had them for years. If I haven't used them, get rid of them. It's like, stop hoarding. Oh yeah, I don't know how much, oh yeah, you can't see anything. Have an old portfolio. I don't know what's in here. whatever I'm trying to say. These were, I was doing this project of drawing people based on descriptions only. So kind of like criminal sketch artist kind of thing, where people describe them and then you illustrate them based on that, and then I would take a look at the photo afterward and see how close I got. So they look not so good. Okay. Now these I posted about on my Instagram story the other day. I made a shit ton of clay whistles when I was in high school. And I still have all of them. I made a bunch of them because I wanted to sell them. But I never sold them. So now I just have 8,000 of these little clay whistles. So that one's probably a little hard to see. But then I also made mushroom shaped ones. So they have like the little whistle part. I put my initials on the bottom, and you just, I don't know where I am in the frame, but you just blow through it and they whistle. Kind of obnoxious, but I had fun with them while I was making them, and it was fun to like manufacture a bunch. I also made some face shaped ones, so they're a little bit different. You have to like blow at exactly the right angle, and then I put holes in the eyes so you can change the tone a little bit. So if you want one, let me know. And then I experimented, this is super goofy looking, but I experimented with an ocarina, so there's finger holes on the sides. Not tuned, nothing like that. Yeah, I just made a whole bunch. Little eyeball. I say little, kind of chunky eyeball. So yeah, I have a bunch of whistles. If anybody's in the market for a whistle, just let me know. I've got plenty. So yeah, this is one of those things where I've had this forever. Maybe I should get rid of it, because what purpose is it serving me now? Actually, I'm gonna move these back here. And then down here, I have a very large bin of llama alpaca wool. Alpaca wool. There was a time when I was experimenting with doing felted soaps, and I had a coworker who had an alpaca farm, and I knew of a company in Portland that made soaps, and then they'd get rid of, or they'd sell soap scraps. So like when they make the soaps, it's in like this big sheet, and then they cut them into bars, and so the ends that are kind of imperfect, they would sell those at a discount. And so I figured I could use soap scraps and scrap alpaca wool. So basically the alpaca wool, like when they shave the animal, there's the really long fibers, and then there's parts on like their legs, and other parts are just the way they cut it, where the fibers are shorter, and the shorter fibers are less desirable. So there's like the first cuts are the nice long ones, the seconds, thirds, whatever are the like, we don't really want this is not useful to us, or they'll like use it for other things. So I thought I'd use alpaca seconds and soap scraps to make felted soaps. But that was a venture I never really found success with. What else we got? Got some mirrors, haven't done anything with. And this is just plastic sheeting. Okay. Figure out what to do with this because I've talked about it multiple times on stream, so I'm gonna repeat myself. But it is gluten, and it's very delicate, and it's already like cracked and broken in spots, and honestly looks a little bit dusty. But I need to keep it somewhere where it's not gonna get smashed even more. And I'm thinking, what makes the most sense? I don't know. We'll just leave it over here for now and move everything else. Oh yeah, I probably want to get this stuff out of here too. Should really decide what I'm going to do with this. This was a frame that I made for a commissioned piece, but I didn't like the way it came out, so I made them a second frame and just kept this piece of shit. I could probably recut the miters. Like, I think the problem was that my miters didn't quite line up the way I wanted to. I wanted them to be like perfectly square. And the way I made my frames later was I used the flat angle irons to help keep them square, and so it didn't do this like shimmy shimmy. Oh my god. Too much stuff. Too much. What time it is? 11:20. Okay. Half the stuff is glass too, so I'm like, I hope I don't break anything. And you know, like when everything's all Tetrised in together and you start moving it out to move things around, they don't fit together as nice, so you have less room, there's less functionality. So I hope we don't need to get to anything like over in that part of the garage, because all of my shit is just everywhere. I really need to purge though. It'd be nice to have a cozy workspace to come out to and actually enjoy working in. It's one thing that I liked about setting this up the way it was, because I didn't have that before. I didn't have an actual studio, so I'd pull out my box of pencils and some paper and go like sit on the couch or something, but then there's so many distractions with like pets and my husband and just things happening, and it's nice to have like a dedicated space to just get away from everything and just work. So I really want to have like all the stuff that's on the table. I don't want it to go back on the table. I want to have it cleared off. I want to have a clear workspace, so when I come out here I can just start fresh for the day and just start working on things. So I'm a long way from having a clear table. Not just like cleaning this off, but I just have many things and I need to get rid of it. Which is easier said than done. For me. I don't know about you. It would also be nice to refinish these tables because their surfaces are pretty roughed up. I'm running out of space. Oh no. clumsy, you're clumsy. Figure out where they go off stream. What else we got? Heavy one. A box called miscellaneous project parts. So that seems like perfect spot for pair of dentures. I think no, nothing else. Oh yeah, I bought all these so that I could make kind of like an adjustable overhead camera thingy. But I never made it, so now I'm like, I have all these, what should I do with them? I don't know. I mean, I ended up getting a tripod, but it doesn't work always for like the overhead shots, but now I'm moving my table over here, so I won't have that shelf, so I'm gonna have to make something different. Computer is so old, unfortunately, so this was the one I was trying to use as the streaming computer out here, but that's not gonna work. So just got these guys. And I guess the lamps. This lamp I think I'm gonna get rid of because I don't like it. It's just not very bright and slightly balance. It doesn't adjust very nicely. I just think these ones are a little bit better. So this will be something that I'll get rid of for sure. Yay! Alright, so I'll leave those there for now. I'll figure out a spot for these. This thing's shut down. And then later I guess I'll have my husband come out and help me tip this table over. I'm wondering though, while I have it, like all this, well, that's gonna be difficult. I don't have to complete a thought, so you know what I'm talking about. So let me show you at least on this side. Actually, neither of these is gonna be simple. Hold up. Will this move? Okay. So we got that there. Move this here. So, the magic of these tables and how I intentionally made this, like designed this work table, was that it would be kind of like an easel. So these actually lift up, but I never figured out the mechanism to help it stay up. Yeah, I never bothered with that, and I've just used it flat. So for now, for what I'm thinking of, why I'm like scrambling with my brain right now, is because it lifts up and I have that space under here. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but if I attach some like half-inch plywood underneath, I can have that be storage. So while I have the table flipped and I'm putting the casters on, I'm wondering if I should get some wood and actually turn this into storage. So that'll be easy enough. How big is that? And if it's tipped, it'll be easier to install. I could install it now, but it's more of a pain in the ass to hold wood up and screw in the upward direction than it is to do it when it's laying down. Okay, so it's 29 by like 32. 29 by 32. Okay. I don't think I have anything specifically that size. I might have narrower things, but even if I just get that done, because my hope was to also do some vertical storage for sliding canvases in, so that way, like I said, I want to have a clear space and not have things up all the time. I want to be able to slide things in and keep them out of the way. So that whole process is going to be a lot more involved than just cutting a couple squares and screwing them into the bottom of this. And that would create a lot of storage, so I could put a painting in there or put some of my paints and things in there. So, things to think about. You don't care. Okay. So, we're cleared out underneath, and I'll move those last few things. My husband will come out later and help me tip this over, and then I can figure out how to put the casters on. And the reason I say figure out how is because the casters are a little bit wider than these, so my casters are, oops. When I put them on the bottom, they don't quite, they're a little bit bigger. So my thought was I'd put a 2x4 on each of the ends, or from the front to the back, and then it would affix on there a little bit nicer. So I think I have 2x4s. We'll find out. I guess you couldn't see at all what I was just doing. Whatever. Okay. Well, that's all I have for today, because I don't really want to work on anything, because clearly I just moved everything. And I can't say for sure what Friday is gonna look like, so Also, I just want to tinker with this. Sorry. Why didn't I have that up higher the whole time? Hello? Cool, Sarah. You're such good at the cameras. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else today. It is what it is, and as far as Friday goes, we'll see. If the table's tipped sideways, obviously I'm not gonna be working out here, but next week, hopefully I'll be back. So, as you know, I'm terrible at the goodbyes, so I'll see you next stream, whenever that is. You can follow me on Instagram at the.kerminator, and find me on YouTube as well. I just posted a new video. Yeah,